Thursday, my weigh-in day, and I know it's been 2 weeks since I weighed in, because I was in Texas, and I weighed in today at 164.8. Oh my god! So from my last weigh-in, that is a 2-pound loss. No, from my last weigh-in, that's like a 5-point-something pound loss, but that was like my artificial crap weigh-in, the second crap weigh-in for the 2 weeks after Jason was visiting, where all the weigh-ins were horrible. But the lowest weight I've ever weighed in at was 166.8. Yes, so it's 2 pounds lighter than my lowest weight ever, which means I'm at my lowest weight ever, 164.8, which means that I am less than 5 pounds to first goal. Just barely less, but like, hello! So anyway, I was going to take a picture of it, but then when I went to take a picture of it, my camera died. I mean, like, the battery died. So, and I needed to eat breakfast, so I said, screw it. I'm not going to be winning Jess's challenge anyway, but I will still attach this to her video to let you all know that since the beginning of Jess's challenge, I've lost, oh, what does that make it, 9-ish, almost 10 pounds. Yay. I'm sorry, I don't have all the numbers in front of me. I don't care to find them. So, back from Texas, it was a fabulous trip. I had so much fun, and meeting everybody, I mean, it just was phenomenal, and I cannot wait to go back to Texas, and don't fear, I will be back. I mean, not only just to visit my dad, because I have had so much fun with him as well, but to, like, just hang out in the town and to see people, and I'm seriously considering moving there at some point, although I'm also seriously considering moving to Chicago, so, or just staying here in Seattle for a while, so there's really no knowing what I'm going to do yet. So at this point, it's all just going to stay the same. The big news this week, those of you who follow me on Twitter and Facebook will, most of you already know this, I broke up with Sean yesterday. Gasp, shock, yes, we broke up. It was actually a really good breakup. A lot of you have expressed shock or your regrets, and I have no regrets, and it does not come as a shock to me at all. But I imagine it probably does sound kind of a little strange to all of you because we've sort of been happy, you know, la-di-da on camera. But it was time. It was time. We both, I think, knew it was the end of the relationship, and I just was the one who had the balls to first say, look, this isn't working. We've really grown apart in the last 4 to 6 months. I would even say the last year, but it's been very, obvious in the last, 6 months. He told me the very first week we were dating, I remember so clearly, we were snuggling in his bed in his room, and all the windows were open, it was springtime. And I remember so vividly this conversation of him saying that he never wanted to get married. And I stupidly, even though the minute he said it, I thought, oh, I shouldn't date this guy, because I do. And I mean, I thought that during that conversation, and yet for some reason my stupid, addled, in-love brain said, it doesn't matter, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Foolish 20-something, right? And I've known this since the beginning of our relationship, and yet I've still thought someday he would want to get married, because I am, of course, so wonderful. And I am wrong. He still never wants to get married. So then, the last 6 months, the last year, I've been really re-examining, well, do I really want to get married? What does marriage mean to me? Why is it important? And in the end of all that bullshit and all that story, the truth is, I want to get married. And I don't really need a reason, and it doesn't need to be a religious reason. It doesn't need to be for security or for, true commitment. I think that's all bullshit. I just want to get married. And I don't really care about the wedding. I care about, just being with somebody and being happy forever. I'm not big on weddings. I'm going to have a small wedding, I'm sure. In terms of not being a huge extravagant to do. But anyway, also, when we first started dating, one of the first things I told him is I never want to have children. And that has been something I've sustained most of my lifetime, is I don't want to have kids. And that has changed recently. In the last 3 months, I finally told him, you know what, I really want to have kids. And I think we've just, so we've really grown apart. And we've been both trying to make it work, but it's obviously been deteriorating. I mean, we used to have the same group of friends, and now we have two separate groups of friends, and they don't really ever hang out with one another. And we used to spend 3 to 4 days a week together, at least, an evening, hanging out, watching a movie, going to a restaurant, something. And now we spend like 1 day together every other week. It's been a very slow decline. And so when I told him, I'm not happy in this relationship anymore. I don't feel a connection to you. I don't feel like I'm myself around you. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells and pretending to be the person I used to be back when we first started dating 2 years ago. And he said basically he felt the same thing, but he was hoping that we could make it work. And I don't think we can make it work anymore. So I'm not sad at all. It's sort of bittersweet because it's what needed to happen, but we spent a long time together, and I still love him very deeply. He's just not the man I'm supposed to be with for the rest of my life. He's the man I was supposed to be with for those years of my life. And I've grown tremendously during that period of time. So, all is well. Everyone is in your life for a reason, or a season, or a lifetime, or any combination of the three, or all three. Sean was a season, a very long season. I am very proud to say that I dated him for so long. And I'm also very proud to say that I ended it when I knew it was really over. So, a lot of you have been speculating about Greg and me since I went to Texas. Sometimes rather rudely so in messages saying I'm cheating on Sean and I'm just this horrible person. Come on. Those of you who are yelling at me about being a horrible bitch to Sean can fuck off. I have not wronged him. And although it is absolutely none of your business, Greg and I did not sleep together. So come off it, please, because I'm really sick and tired of being lectured by strangers about my sex life or lack thereof with Greg. However, you're not delusional. There's something between him and I. There has been for several months now. I think we started talking in February. February. And it rapidly accelerated to this very close friendship on the phone. And we've become incredibly close and are now completely in love. And it's just really, really a beautiful thing. We have this communication, this understanding of one another and of the world that is just so far beyond anything I ever imagined I could have with another person. And I feel just ridiculously complete when I'm around him. And I know he feels the same way. So this is the new frontier, and my God, long distance relationship much. I've never done that before. But I think I'm going to be visiting him in a couple weeks, and then possibly again a month after that. So we'll see where that goes. But I wanted to share with you because my heart is exploding with joy at this new relationship. And I know he's just as smitten, so we're just going to be retardedly cute together, and you're going to have to deal with it. I love you all. Thank you for watching my way in, and thank you for all your feedback on Below the Yellow Line. Jason and I are going to keep doing it because it's really helping us. And if you guys get something out of it, all the better. Talk to you soon.